What's going on, guys? Welcome back to my breakdown for PFL. We finally got the return of Francis Ngannou. He's coming back to MMA after 2.5 years off. He was out there competing in boxing for the past 2.5 years. Now he's going to be coming back to PFL because PFL paid him a lot of money to sign him, right? To sign him to their organization. And I'm sure they're paying him. Like, I think they paid him at least like $20 million, if I'm not mistaken. I think they at least paid him $20 million, or like more than 20. And it's mostly the Saudi money, right? The Saudis have invested a lot of money into PFL, and I think Ferreira is going to be making like $2 million for this fight. So Ngannou is definitely making a lot of money, and not sure how many pay-per-views they're gonna be able to sell on this card, because I haven't really seen a lot of people talking about this card this week. There's really no hype, and PFL is pretty terrible when it comes to marketing their upcoming pay-per-view cards. And even the face-off they've done with the fighters like Paul Hughes and McKee. I mean, they don't get a lot of views on YouTube. I don't know what the people YouTube channel is doing. Their marketing team is pretty horrible. They gotta hire a better team. Like the UFC does a pretty good job when they're trying to promote their upcoming cards, and I wish people did a better job when it came down to promoting their upcoming pay-per-view cards, because I think a lot of people don't even know that Francis Ngannou is fighting this week. I truly believe that. I mean, people don't really know, man. So I mean, hopefully they're able to do something about that. And let's look at this card, guys. This card is actually pretty good. I mean, the main cards. I like this main card. We got, obviously, in the main one we got Francis Ngannou taking on Renan Ferreira. Renan Ferreira has been going out there, clearing the heavyweight division recently. He's been going out there, knocking out Ghost Love. He's been going out there knocking out Ryan Bader. Ryan Bader, obviously, light heavyweight, been fighting at heavyweight recently. But Ferreira's going out there, man, just steamrolling these guys. I mean, he's a pretty big dude for the weight class, and he's got a lot of power. So this is power versus power in the main event. Should be a good match there. I cannot wait to see how Ngannou looks coming back after getting TKO'd by Anthony Joshua in boxing. And obviously in the co-main we got the PFL featherweight title, Chris Cyborg taking on Larsa Pacheco. Cyborg is also coming back after some time off. I mean, he's been going out there competing in boxing recently. So we got a couple of fighters that have been going out there on the boxing side and competing in boxing recently. I mean, Ngannou, Cyborg, and this matchup we got Johnny Eblen on this card. Also, the middleweight titles on the line. This is a rematch. They fought. I think they fought last year, and Eblen was able to go out there and get that TKO stoppage. I think it was the third round. And let's break down this card. I mean, this is the one of the better matches on the card. AJ McKee taking on Paul Hughes. Paul Hughes is an up and coming and surging uh, um, prospect out of Ireland. That should be a great matchup. Let's break down this card, guys. Make sure you guys like and subscribe. We have been absolutely killing it on the PFL cards. If you guys want to see my bets, there's a link in the description. You can check it out. It's all tracked. The best that I've placed for the past 2 years. It's all third-party tracks, so you can check it out. We've been doing really well on PFL. I covered tournament season this year. So I was live for every week. I mean, for PFL. So I'll probably will be live for this card, depending. I'm probably gonna go live at like 1, maybe go live at 1. I'm not sure when the UFC card is gonna be starting at. But yeah, let's break down this card now. So make sure you guys like and subscribe also if you guys enjoy the content. And now let's break down this card. And in the first fight, we got this Canadian. Now you guys know it's not really been working out for the Canadians recently in MMA. Another Canadian took it out on Dana White Contender Series earlier, like yesterday. But yeah, it's Tariq Ismail is taking on Deha Bendaoud. Probably butchering his name, but so this is gonna be a good matchup. I mean, probably obviously I don't think a lot of people really care about this matchup. I mean, this is probably gonna be like a boring. I think this is gonna be one of the least fan-friendly matchups on the card. But yeah, Tariq Ismail is mostly a striker, but he can eventually wrestle. He can eventually control you in the clinch. And Teja is coming back after like a 1.5 year off. And I was watching tape on Daha because he was supposed to take on Al Qatani, and he's had a couple of cancellations. Then he was supposed to take on Yusuf Al Hassani back in October 19. I mean, I think that was just this fight. So Ismail's actually taking this fight on short notice. Then yes, or maybe they rescheduled that fight. I don't know what happened there. So yeah, he was supposed to take on Al Qatani back in May 10th, and I was doing research on this guy, and I was like, this guy's really not that good, man. He's Moroccan, and he's got some pretty good striking. He doesn't throw a lot of volume out there. Doesn't have good takedowns out there either. He can mix it up pretty well though. I just think Tariq's gonna be able to defend takedowns if he needs to, and he's gonna be able to land the better shots on the feet. Not that confident on him because he doesn't throw enough volume either. I think this could be a stirring contest, but I am going to take Tariq. And the only loss that he has was to Bernardo Sopaz back in like over 4 years ago. Bernardo Sopaz is in the UFC right now, and I'm really high on Bernardo Sopaz, even though I picked Vinicius over as Malak the week over him in the UFC in his debut. He took that fight on short notice, so Sopaz is actually a really good prospect. So losing to Sopaz by decision is honestly not even a bad loss. And since then, I mean, in that last fight, I think I picked him by KO, even though he's not really known for knockouts. He's mostly known for going the distance. And I picked him by knockout, I think, and he could have probably got him out of there. He was landing some good shots. I'm gonna go with Ismail. I think Ismail is gonna be able to land the better shots and still round after round. Could be a close fight. I think this is definitely like a fight that you don't want to add to a parlay. You don't want to add these power fighters to your parlay. I like the over. I think it's gonna go. We're gonna see this one go in the distance. I like the over. If you want to parlay anything, I would take the over 2.5 rounds minus 245. And I'm gonna go Tariq Ismail minus 165 favorite. I'm gonna pick him on the scorecards. Um, Taha's pretty tough too. I mean, he's pretty tough, so it's not gonna be easy to get out of there. And Ismail doesn't really press on the gas enough to get people out of there. So give me Ismail by decision. Next fight on the card, we got Ibragimov taking on Nacho Campos, and this is an easy fight, really easy fight to make a prediction on. And you see it right there, the odds minus 1,000 for Ibragimov, and the reason why he's minus 1,000 is because of the wrestling and the grappling, and it's pretty clear in the submission threat that he brings to the table. And I am gonna go with Ibragimov, and he's gonna get that takedown. Nacho was getting taken on by this dude that he was fighting 4 months ago. Israel Nascimento. This guy was actually taking him down. Couldn't really control him on the ground, but this Nascimento is horrible. And his striking is like he looked like he just came off the couch and started fighting MMA for that. I think was that his first pro fight? Might have been his first pro fight. I mean, I was watching that. Yeah, that was his first pro fight. Holy shit, this guy is so bad. This is another can crushing fight for Ibragimov. And Ibragimov. I'm butchering his name now, but yeah, I'm gonna go with Ibragimov by first round submission under. I think this one's gonna go under 1.5 rounds. He's gonna get that takedown. He's super dangerous with submission skills. He can go for a lot of different submissions. He can go for a ground and pound. He's gonna be busy. He's not just gonna take you down and hold you down, right? He's gonna take you down. He's gonna look for submission right away. He's gonna look for ground and pound. And I don't think we're gonna see a second on here. Give me Ibragimov. Ibragimov. I mean, I'm gonna have a fucking hard time pronouncing his name. Ibragimov. Okay, there we go. I got it. Ibragimov. I finally got it. So give me Ibragimov by first round submission. He's getting this one done. I think he's a great parlay piece. This should be even though he's minus 950, and normally you don't want to parlay someone at those odds. I like him as a parlay piece, so I'm gonna add him to a parlay. He's not losing this fight. I mean, Nacho Campos is horrible, and he's not even like he's got some power, but who's he really knocked out? I mean, he's not really knocking out the best opposition out there. He's horrible. I'm not high on this guy. I don't think he can defend takedowns. If you're getting taken on by Nascimento, there's no way he's gonna be able to defend takedowns here. Ibragimov minus 950, under 1.5 rounds minus 145. I think it's gonna go under. I see this one going under 1.5 rounds. I think Nacho's gonna make a lot of mistakes when he gets taken down. He's gonna give up his back, and he's gonna get choked out. Next fight on the card, we got let me see if I can pronounce his name now. Maka Sharif Zaynukov taking on Dedrick Sanders. So Dedrick Sanders went out there in a PFL recently, like 2 months ago, and he got a first round KO, man. As a pretty big underdog. I think it's like a plus 400 underdog. Went out there, got the first round KO. Sergio Cosio missed weight for that fight, and he looked terrible out there. He had his hands low. He was really asking to get knocked out. It was, I don't know what Sergio Cosio's game plan really was in that fight. Sergio Cosio was coming back after beating a Canadian. And there was a lot of hype on Sergio Cosio because people thought the skill was really good. Lucky for me, I didn't really play anything on his money line. I wasn't willing to bet him because he missed weight also. And Sanders went out there, put it on him. And Sergio I don't think he really trained for that fight because he missed weight by like 5 pounds or like, I don't know how many. I think he missed weight by like a couple of pounds, if I'm not mistaken. He came in at like, he came in like way overweight, like over 5 pounds. Like 6 pounds. I mean, that's pretty crazy that he missed weight by 6 pounds. So Sanders went out there. He was in better shape, obviously, because it looked like he trained for that fight. And he got him out of there. But Sanders is definitely like the cleaner. He's definitely the cleaner. I wouldn't say the cleaner striker. I would say he's got more power, more pop when he throws hands out there. When he's boxing, he's definitely got power on the feet. But there's definitely ways to beat him. You gotta mix in takedowns. You gotta make him work. And he's fought some pretty good opposition out there. Terrence McKinney is obviously, we know Terrence McKinney. Jonathan Pierce, another UFC fighter. We know Jonathan Pierce. Even though I've been fading Jonathan Pierce for the past 3 fights, Jonathan Pierce is pretty good though. I'm gonna pick Maka but I don't know if I'll be able to add him to a parlay. You know why? Because he should be able to go for takedowns here, and I think he will. Well, there's fights that are where he doesn't wrestle out there. He's not gonna be shooting takedowns out there like this fight. I mean, 3 years ago almost. He didn't shoot any takedowns out there. Like this guy, he's more than willing to strike with you, and he's got okay striking. His striking is like not really as sharp, but I feel like he's really like turning into a striker recently. But lucky for him, like he's been taking people down. Like I think it was that yeah, it was that this fight. I think it was this fight or this fight where he was striking with these guys early. Then he eventually got a takedown towards the end of the round. But I hope he goes for takedowns early, because if he goes for takedowns early, I think he can find a submission out there or finish him. But he's more than okay with striking with you. So there could be a moment where Sanders lands a big bomb and hurts him. And we've seen Maka Sharif, get flatline KO'd by Dukayev. And that was a pretty vicious KO. He got rocked with the overhand right, and he got face planted. That's his only TKO loss. But other than that, he's looked pretty good out there. He just has a win over Alex De Silva, who's pretty good. Alex De Silva was a former UFC fighter and has done pretty well since then, losing to Maka Sharif. He's on a 35 win streak right now. Yeah, I'm gonna go with the Maka Sharif. I'll take him by -4 or 5. Seems kind of steep though, because he doesn't wrestle as much, so I want him to go out there and wrestle. But I reckon he's gonna be able to get this one done. I think he's gonna win on the scorecards. I think Sanders is pretty tough, even though we have seen him get finished out there. But a lot of those finishes are to high level guys, right? Like Terrence McKinney, who's super dangerous in that first round, can knock at anyone any given day in that first round. And Jonathan Pierce obviously has pretty good wrestling and grappling, is more accomplished than Maka Sharif. But I'm pretty high on Maka Sharif. But there's his fight IQ is what makes me not want to like take him here as a bet or parlay piece. But I'm gonna go with the Maka Sharif to win on the scorecards. He's got to be careful when he's trying to set up those takedowns though on the feed. Next fight on the card, we got Raufeon Stots taking on Marcos Breno. Marcos Breno trains at Tazera MMA, and Stots trains at Rufus Sports MMA Academy. And this is a pretty straightforward matchup. Raufeon Stots is going to be better than Marcos Breno anywhere this fight goes. I'm pretty confident in Stots here. I picked him over Sabatello both times. I bet him as underdog both times, and not really sure why he's been an underdog. I mean, he was underdog to Sabatello. No, was he? I think he was underdog. Yeah, there he would the lines flip. I mean, so yeah, I did bet him there. Then he was underdog to Sabatello last time around. Yeah, it was underdog there, and I bet him there. I mean, because Sabatello, like, he doesn't really have much stand up, and if he can't get control you on the mat, he's in trouble. And we've seen that recently with Sabatello, right? Sabatello was close to like being knocked out cold in his last fight. He went to a draw recently, so. But losing Sabatello is horrible at this point. I mean, getting finished by Sabatello is worse. I feel like even than losing Sabatello. And Marcos is out there getting finished by Sabatello by submission. Sabatello is a good wrestler. I mean, he does bring wrestling. I would say Sabatello is a better pure wrestler when it comes to wrestling, but Stots has good enough wrestling. He was able to scramble when he got taken on by Sabatello. He was able to work his way back up. He was all wrestling Sabatello in some moments out there. I'm gonna pick Stots. I'm gonna go Stots by I think he's gonna outstrike him. Can he catch him in a submission? There's definitely a possibility. Stots can go out there, catch him Marcos in a submission. Marcos has some power. He throws some good body shots out there. But I don't know. I'm not really high on this guy. He hasn't fought in a year and a half. And even the fight with Stots where he got KO'd, it was he got caught with the knee, right? He was worried about the takedowns from Petty Mix, I feel like. And he got caught with the knee. Beautiful knee by Patchy Mix there. I had Patchy Mix there as a pretty big bet there. I was pretty confident Patchy Mix there. I had him by ITD. ITD was like plus 190, I think. Yeah. Oh, so Patchy by finish there. And he's got wins over Magomedov, who should be the champion right now. I think Magomed went out there, beat Patchy Mix. Even though I did bet him Patchy Mix in parlays, I had him in parlays. I think Magomedov should be the champion right now. He clearly won that fight. Stots is gonna win. He's gonna win this fight. The odds make sense. Minus 750. I think good parlay piece. I don't see him getting caught up in the submission. I don't see him getting killed by Breno. And he's gonna be bigger than Breno. He's gonna be better. He's gonna be have the better fight IQ. He's gonna be the better technical striker. He's gonna be landing more volume out there. He can win minutes on the feet. And he's really good at winning minutes out there. And yeah, he got KO'd by Rob DeWalls-Woolley like back in Dana White looking for a fight. I think that was one of those Ring of Combat. I don't know, maybe it was Dana White looking for a fight. I think it's one of those where Dana White goes out there looks for fighters. That's where they signed Rob DeWalls-Woolley. He got caught with the spinning back fist back in like 2017. Then he got killed by Patchy Mix. But I don't think Breno has the technique to go out there and like really put it on him or land something crazy like that. Give me Stots to win. I'm gonna go Stots by. There's definitely a possibility he can go out there and catch him in a submission if he takes his back. But I'm gonna go Stots on the scorecards. More than likely, I think he's just gonna outwork him. He's just gonna outclass him. 30-27 Stots. All right, guys. Next fight on the card, we got AJ McKee, the mercenary, taking on Paul. Big news, Hughes. What a great matchup, man! What an absolute banger we got here. I cannot wait to see how Paul Hughes looks against AJ McKee. And I've been going back and forth in this one. And McKee is obviously one of the best fighters in Bellator. He was the former featherweight champion. Went out there, finished Patricio Pitbull by club and sub. Hurt him with a high kick. He's got some sneaky high kicks early. He's super dangerous in that first round. You got to be careful. You can't shoot a sloppy takedown on him. You can't go out there and start slow against AJ McKee. You gotta be out there. You gotta put pressure on him early, and you gotta be careful. You gotta have your defense on point. Paul Hughes, I'm pretty high on Paul Hughes, man. I've been high on Paul Hughes. I've been watching his fights the last couple years, and I'm pretty high on Paul Hughes, man. And McKee's obviously like, the thing about McKee is though, like he's a high level BJJ guy, right? Like he's a high level BJJ guy. He's a good striker, but his takedown defense is pretty bad. I mean, his takedown defense is not that great because he's been taken on by Spike Carley. He's been taken on by Sidney Outlaw. Every round he was getting taken on. He basically won that fight because he was landing elbows off his back, and he was clearly doing more damage in that fight. But his takedown defense he's too willing to like play that guard game, right? He's still willing because he really trusts his jiu-jitsu. And that's the thing about McKee though. He really trusts his jiu-jitsu. And why shouldn't he, right? Because he's so dangerous. He can catch you in a submission, he can catch you in a triangle. Like he caught Clay Collard. He had a guillotine, then he got him in a triangle. Clay Collar is one of the worst grapplers out there. I recently picked the premise to beat him. I was pretty confident premise to beat Clay Collard. Clay Collard cannot grapple. He's a boxer. But Paul Hughes he can do it all, man. He can go for takedowns. We've seen Paul Hughes go out there, fight 5 rounds. His cardio is on point. He's durable. He's got good boxing. He throws in combinations. I am gonna pick Paul Hughes here, man. I'm gonna go with Paul Hughes. I got the sneaky feeling that Paul Hughes can pull this one off. Now he's got to be careful of the submission game from AJ McKee, because McKee can definitely like land one of those high kicks, and then you're rocked, and he can snatch up a guillotine or like a ninja choke or like a submission. I mean, he's got some nasty guillotines in that first round. He's got a lot of finishes, so the guy's clearly really dangerous, and you got to watch out for those elbows when that's what Paul Hughes is gonna have to do. He's gonna have to watch out for those elbows when he's taking him down, because I think Paul Hughes is gonna make some takedowns here, and I think he can strike with him on the feet. Give me Paul Hughes as an underdog. I'm gonna take him as an underdog here. +1. Paul Hughes is +130. Give me Paul Hughes to win. I'm gonna take Paul Hughes here by decision. Next fight on the card, we got Hussein Kadimagomaev taking on Jaffer Mohsen. This is an easy fight for Hussein. This guy has fought the way better opposition. He's a high-level grappler. He can strike with you pretty well. He's got some nice kicks out there, throws nice leg kicks, body kicks. He's going to win this fight anywhere. This is a lock of the century, I mean. And he's going to take down Jaffer. Jaffer has bad takedown defense, and he's got a suspect chin. I've seen him get dropped so many times by people that shouldn't be dropping him out there. Now he is on a 35-win streak right now, and but he's fighting some really low-level opposition. But the time when he fought someone decent, he looked pretty bad out there. He got dropped by Max back in 2022, and then he was getting taken on by Max Koga. And Max Koga is not as good as Hussein when it comes to the grappling and the takedowns and entries. Hussein has notable wins on his record. He's got a win over Jarno Aarons, who we've seen in the UFC. Jarno Aarons is a pretty good striker. And he's gone out there, fought in Brave CF. He's 3-1 in Brave CF, so he's pretty good. His only loss was to this Asian guy, South Korean guy, and this guy's 10-1. I mean, that's not bad. He's fighting Brave CF. He's pretty accomplished, and I'm gonna go with the Hussein to go out there, find a finish later in this fight. Hussein is right now Hussein Kadimagomaev is -950. Yeah, he's gonna win. He's not losing this one. I like the over. I think it could go. I could see this one going a little bit longer. But he's definitely dangerous. He's got a nice ground and pound. His ground and pound's like not that vicious though. He'll take his time. He'll like pepper you with the ground and pound. But yeah, he's not gonna lose to Hussein here. The odds make sense here too. He can strike with him if he wants, so he can drop him on the feet. Even though I don't really see him knocking him down or knocking him out. But his striking is definitely going to open up because Jaffer is going to be worried about the takedowns, and Hussein's going to be a lot quicker with the kicks. He's going to be a lot quicker with those takedowns. He's going to be able to control him. I'm going to go Hussein by I'll go by like a second, third on finish. Next fight on the card, we got Johnny Eblen taking on Fabian Edwards. This is a really good matchup. This is a rematch. Johnny Eblen went out there and dropped him, I think, and then he finished him with the ground and pound. But Edwards wasn't looking terrible on the feet. He's a good striker. He's a brother of Lean Edwards, the former UFC welterweight champion, and he's done pretty well. I mean, he went out there, beat Aaron Jeffrey. One of the worst fights ever. It was one of the worst fights ever. Because Jeffrey, all he wants to do is clinch you, and Edwards was able to like he was getting controlled in the clinch for quite a long time, but he was able to circle out of the clinch, land some output out there, because Aaron Jeffrey just cannot strike at distance. This guy has no output, and he's just sitting duck right when he's striking with you at distance. He just wants to stay in the clinch for forever. And this is just like I'm gonna pick Johnny Eblen here just because of wrestling, and he was able to go out there, even though like Kasangane could have won that fight. That fight was really close, and we know Eblen can withstand. He can get rocked. I mean, he was getting rocked by Kasangane. Kasangane he dropped him in the second round because Sangane obviously has a lot more power than Fabian Edwards. Edwards is a cleaner striker here for sure, but I see Eblen getting those takedowns, and this is I think this is a 5 round fight. This is a championship fight, and yeah, this is the 5 round fight. And Johnny Eblen is gonna get enough takedowns. He's gonna be able to rack up enough control. And is he gonna finish him though? I don't know if he's gonna finish him. Edwards is pretty tough. He's pretty sound defensively, right? He's not really easy to finish out there, even though Eblen went out there finished him. I'm gonna say he goes out there and wins it on the scorecards. I'm gonna say he wins it on the scorecards. I could see a possibility where he goes out there, really then starts putting those elbows on top of Edwards, really cuts him open, and then we get a referee stop it. There's definitely a possibility of that happening. But I think Eblen is gonna get takedowns. He's gonna be able to strike with him. Edwards is not that dangerous on the feet unless he lands a high kick, clean high kick like Edwards did over Usman back in the day. But yeah, I'm gonna take Eblen here. Eblen is minus 400. The over 4.5 rounds, minus 150. I think it's gonna go over 4.5 rounds. Next fight on the card, the co-main event of the evening, guys. Make sure you guys like and subscribe, and let's break down this co-main event. We got Larissa Pacheco taking on Chris Cyborg. Larissa Pacheco, I think she's a 2 division champion right now in PFL. And Cyborg is coming over from Bellator now, making her debut in Bellator. And making her debut in PFL. And she's a Bellator champion. This is going to be a really good matchup. And Cyborg's been going out there. Still, even at like 39 years old, she still looks really good out there. She's got power. She's just able to bully these girls out there with their physicality, with their power, with their boxing. She's been going out there competing in exhibition boxing recently. And this year, so she's extremely active and she's in shape all year round. I am going to take Larissa Pacheco though. I just think she can grapple if she needs to. She's good enough on the feet. She's got power. She can match Cyborg when it comes to striking. We know Pacheco has 5 round cardio, so I'm not really worried about Pacheco gassing out there. Pacheco has good takedowns. He can wrestle out there if she needs to. I'm going to go with Pacheco to win. I'm going to go Pacheco by... I'm going to say Pacheco by decision. I think Pacheco is just gonna work her. I'm gonna take Pacheco on the scorecards. Pacheco definitely is live for a knockout. She's got power. She's aggressive out there. But I feel like it's gonna be like Pacheco just outworking the Cyborg with the takedowns on the feet. It's gonna be competitive. She has a good enough chin on him on Pacheco. I don't see her getting KO'd here. Cyborg, she's out there finishing a lot of these girls, but a lot of them are like not that good. Give me Pacheco to win on the scorecards. So you might get a KO though. Cyborg is definitely 39 years old, right? She's pushing 40 now. Eventually, she's not gonna have that durability there anymore. All right, guys. Main event time now. We got Francis Ngannou taking on Renan Ferreira, the Problem versus the Predator. Here we go, man. Here we go. Now, I was thinking about picking Renan Ferreira here, and the reason I'm not going to do that is Ngannou is going out there competing in boxing recently, fighting the best boxers out there, so his defense is going to be on point. Even though he's coming off a KO loss to Joshua. Joshua is obviously a way better striker than, boxer than Ferreira, right? He's got power. Ferreira's a problem. His nickname is spot on because this guy's like 6'8". He's a giant. Not a lot of people look bigger than Ngannou when they're standing next to Ngannou. Ferreira towers over Ngannou. It's pretty insane. But the reason I'm going to pick Ngannou just because he has that wrestling and he can take Ferreira down. Ferreira, he's definitely been working that get-up game. Recently, Gosla was able to take him down in the first round. And he was able to control him for majority of that first round. Then Ferreira got right back up in the second round and clipped him with the overhand right. The guy's got insane power. And he's dangerous. He's quick for a guy his size. But I'm going to pick Ngannou because of wrestling. And we know Ngannou is smart. He trains at Extreme Couture. So I think they're going to have a good game plan for him out here. And PFL has a lot of money on Ngannou. So they need him to win. They definitely need him to go out there and win. If he doesn't win this fight, PFL is going to lose a lot of money, I feel like. because I don't think people really care about Ferreira. If he goes out there and knocks Ngannou, I mean, maybe people start looking at Ferreira like a real problem, and he might get a lot of hype on him. But I know the people they definitely want Ngannou to win, and I think he is gonna win this fight. He's gonna win by I think he can knock him out. I mean, Ferreira, we've seen Ferreira KO'd. No, normally normally it's by him getting finished on the mat. Yeah, I think Ngannou can take him down, wrestle him. Ngannou showed that he can. His wrestling has improved since he got wrestled by Stipe back in 2018. He's definitely worked on that wrestling, and even though he's been out there boxing recently, maybe he doesn't want to wrestle. I could see a world where he strikes with him, and I think he can knock him out on the feet also. And obviously, the wrestling is why I'm picking him here because he has a wrestling. He can take him down if he can level change if he has trouble on the feet. Give me Ngannou to win by KO or TKO. Now, Ngannou is 30 years old, I mean, but for heavyweights, it's not really that much of a factor, I feel like. Ngannou right now is minus 310, under 1.5 rounds. I think it's gonna go under 1.5 rounds. Both these guys are giants. They have a lot of power. I don't see this one going past round and a half rounds. So I don't see this one going past 7 minutes, 7.5 minutes. I mean, give me Ngannou to win by KO TKO. Imagine Ngannou goes out there and submits him. Highly unlikely. I mean, he's not really a submission guy. Even though he did have a lot of submissions when he's an up and comer in the UFC. He was going for a lot of submissions. Yeah, recently he's been a knockout guy, and I think he's gonna knock him on. I want to say he finishes him by ground and pound. So there you go, guys. That's my full card breakdown, and let me know what you guys think about the predictions. If you guys agree, disagree with my predictions, let me know in the comments down below. Let me know if you guys enjoy the breakdown for this card, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Good luck on all your bets on this card, guys. Hope you guys make money on this card, and you can check out my link in the description if you want to see the bets that I'm placing, because we've been doing really well in the PFL this year, and I hope to do really well on this card also. We're at like 23% ROI for PFL. I think that's my highest ROI across any organization right now. I've been doing really well in Contender Series, but PFL just been we've been an absolute tear for PFL this year. No, I think there's definitely some good spots on this card that I'm going to be picking. I'll see you guys in the next one. Have a good week, guys. Later.